Hello everyone and welcome to the Smashi Business Show. Today is Tuesday, October 28, 2025 and I'm Abdul Majid Awan.
And I'm Ward Badawi and we've got some exciting stories to discuss today. His Highness Sheikh Hamdan tells the Apparel Group founder to double to a 2,400 store empire. Snapchat has opened a new office in Doha amid strengthening ties with Qatar and the Gulf, and Saudi AI startup Humain is to launch voice-activated operating system, and Goldman is in talks with the Kuwait fund for a $10 billion mandate.
And the very first story is Dubai's Crown Prince, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. He has set a bold challenge for Apparel Group during a recent meeting with founder Seema Ved and her husband also Nilesh Ved. Sheikh Hamdan reportedly told her to double this after learning about the company's 2,400 store global footprint.
Seema Ved described the encounter as a dream come true, praising His Highness Sheikh Hamdan's grace, humility, and attentiveness. She also expressed gratitude to Minister Reem Al Hashimi for facilitating the meeting, saying the moment reflected Dubai's unique culture of leadership that listens closely to its people.
And headquartered in Dubai, Apparel Group has built a retail empire spanning 14 countries, representing more than 85 international brands, including Aldo, Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, Skechers, and Tim Hortons. The group's network continues to grow, reflecting Dubai's position as a global retail and business hub.
With over 24,000 employees worldwide, Apparel Group has become one of the Middle East's largest retail conglomerates. Following His Highness Sheikh Hamdan's challenge, Seema Ved hinted at plans for accelerated growth, signaling the group's ambition to expand its footprint even further across new and emerging global markets.
And it's very interesting.
I'm honestly,
I'm
really happy, but like imagine you're a foreigner, you built such a successful business, you're a woman, and Dubai's beloved crown prince comes to you and tells you, go on and double 2,400 stores.
And make it 4,800.
I think that's crazy. I think that's so much recognition of what she has done, as a woman. And I know that some people may see this as cliche, but what she's done is great. You know that I was taking a look at data, Majid, and I was on Reuters. You know that I found out out of the 160, or it was 168 editors of just the biggest news channels in the world, only 24% of them are women. I did not know this data. I know that we've come really far in terms of seeing different genders in the workplace, but to see a woman do such a great thing and to go so far, she's going to set the precedent for so many young woman like me. And I think for me, that's why when I saw this story that Majid did so well, I was so happy. I really was. I think that this is great. It's amazing. I think it's the highest honor to get it from a Dubai royal too.
And from a business perspective, it's really amazing that His Highness Sheikh Hamdan thinks that it can be doubled, because we know, we were just joking about it in the morning, that there's traffic and there's so many people coming in. We always quote the numbers that millionaires are flying in, billionaires are moving here, they're moving their family offices. But you just look at the proactive approach of the leadership. They know that it's not 2,400, that's like this, like the top of the summit. You can make it 4,800. He knows it, that he is building the next Dubai. Usually when these things happen, I quote the Dubai Urban 2040 plan, where they're building so many things, where we will have walkable areas with ACs. It's going to be so amazing what you will see when 2040 comes, or even like in the next 10 years. We will see so many things change in Dubai. And I think it's not even amazing now for the people who live in it, because we know, we live in this region. Everyday Love in Dubai does a story where like there's a small pothole. If the road is broken, you just put it on WhatsApp channels or somewhere and it is fixed in an hour. That doesn't happen anywhere in the world. So if we talk about the traffic problem as well, I remember we went to the DMCC building. Remember, they use a very interesting graph and chart, and it's social listening basically. But the only complaints they were also getting in the DMCC area was about traffic. It's not that they're not thinking about it. There's like 100 million plants. I'll tell you a small example of my route here. It used to take me 16 to 17 minutes to reach from my house in Discovery Gardens to Production City. And it's a very straight road, there's no traffic. They still build a bridge there. And now it takes me 7 minutes. So they are building bridges, they are making inroads. In the metaphorical term, they're also building bridges. So soon we'll see that that problem will be solved. And then turning those 2,400 into 4,800, it's not a difficult task in Dubai.
It definitely won't be, and I think also with her brand, with Apparel Group in general, I know that the Ahmad founder Mohammed Al Abbar came and said that don't believe in marketing, but no, I think that we should believe in marketing, and I think that Seema has specifically proven this point. We have so much evidence of it because of the fact that I'm not sure if you guys know this, but basically through Apparel Group and through purchasing from their brands, you can get points. You can get points, and through these points, you can actually go and buy shares in Dubai properties versus, from Pripco Blocks, which is owned by Amira Sajwani. And she's a part of Damak Properties. She's the daughter of the UAE billionaire Hussein Sajwani. So I think, number one, like that partnership there, that is genius. The fact that people, like, I've never even heard of something like that before, by the way, where I can use my points, use my points to go and buy shares in real estate. And secondly, I saw something somewhere, the podcaster Sheen. Her podcast is all about female empowerment. It's a great podcast. I was on it once. Sheen is amazing. But I'm pretty sure that Seema and Sheen work very closely together. If you watch her podcast on YouTube, you'll notice that the Apparel Group symbol is there.
Yeah, it's sponsored by them.
Yeah, it's sponsored by them. And even, by the way, recently Sheen went on this beautiful tour in India, and she was able to interview some of the most popular women in Bollywood, in Indian culture, Indian media. So I think with Seema, we have to give her credit. She's honestly ahead with the times. She understands what great sponsorships look like, and I think that's what's going to take her to those 4,000 stores, those 5,000 stores. It seems like she's willing to partner with anybody, even no matter how creative or bonkers it may actually seem to people.
Whatever serves the business, that's the idea. But that Al Abbar point, to be honest, I agree with him. But I disagree also. It's very complicated to make him understand it if I meet him someday. If the whole idea is he's against marketing, but he needs to understand that he is himself the walking, talking marketing of Emaar. Mr. Al Abbar is synonymous to Emaar. He doesn't need marketing because whatever he says or posts is itself marketing. It's what we call a founder-led business. Emaar itself is very big. I know you go, even if you don't know Mr. Al Abbar, you walk around in Dubai, you'll see Emaar everywhere. But the people who know him, they know that he is himself the marketing material for everything. His talks, wherever he goes to so many events, gives a lot of talks. He's always there at the 1 billion follower summit. Him being there in front of so many creators and them taking pictures with him and making videos with him, interviewing him, that's eventually marketing because that's digital media marketing. So in the conventional sense, he is right that his brand doesn't need conventional marketing because he makes such great products. He makes Emaar the best buildings, to be honest. But in the digital sense and in the new sense, he is doing marketing for his brand and he is the product of marketing.
I think with him, he's just reached a point where he's become so big to the point that it's like, how do I explain it to you? Everyone's obviously going to invite him to the forums. We saw him in Sharjah Investment Forum, and then we saw him in the Reuters conference. He gets invited for free. He does not have to pay. His team does not have to reach out. I think when you reach that level, it's crazy. But on the point of marketing, I think that with marketing, it works really well with health products that are honestly ripping us off. There was this brand I remember, Majid. Remember, the probiotic sodas, the sodas that you can, they're really expensive, more than your average soda. They're probiotics. They have probiotics in them. They don't have that many calories.
The Humain ones?
No, Humain, they're
drinkable water.
No, what are they called?
Idea.
I forgot the name. No, Humain is not a part of that, but they're basically these sodas and they have probiotics in them. Okay. By the way, they taste horrible. They taste so tacky.
Healthy stuff
Seriously,
always tastes horrible.
they taste so tacky, and there is evidence and research that is coming out that just because they don't have that much sugar does not necessarily mean that the chemicals in them are good for you. And by the way, they're making so much revenue. I will not say the brand names, but the reason why they're doing so well is because they bought out so many influencers. So many influencers have these probiotic sodas in their fridge, and I guess that's how the brand was able to do well.
Yeah, marketing is tricky. We're doing a story today. Talking about FII, it's happening today. Today is day one, basically. Day zero was yesterday. It was a very closed event. Last year, day zero was all about Africa. Very interestingly, this year they didn't do it. They did everything behind closed door. I was trying to look for something, but nothing was there. But our founder, our CEO, Rich, is there. Our Saudi leadership team is there. Hani Rawas, Rakan Falamban, and Sarah is also there. So all of them are there. They'll bring you coverage for everything on our stories. We'll try to do a lot of video shares and whatever we can do for you to give you a taste of what's happening there. But marketing is very interesting, and Rich sent us a story there from Saudi. Saudi people are talking about Shagardi. It's one of the delivery apps which has shut down, and it's because of Kita. And Kita is the main entrant which now came. Before that, it was Hunger Station and Jahez. They were doing great, but they were keeping space for local players. But as soon as Kita entered, which we've seen in Dubai recently also, as soon as Kita entered, everyone is ordering from Kita. Every day, colleagues here, when we order lunch together, someone is like, let's Kita it, let's use Kita. I'm like, how can you go into a market and just within a week, everyone knows your name, everyone knows your discounts, everyone is using you. And they use very simple tactics. They work on loss, and that's their best marketing. They'll give you so many discounts, and that's their marketing. That's their product that will make you so used to of us that when eventually we raise the prices, we raise all the competition and raise the prices, you won't even feel it because you become so used to of it.
I think
so marketing comes in a lot of ways. Mr. Al-Abbar, I think he doesn't want those conventional print ads and big billboards and all that.
But he is doing marketing, like the ice cream shop that they opened, I think in Dubai Mall.
For all those stuffs, right?
Him just being there and eating that gasoline ice cream and being filmed, that is marketing. I think maybe perhaps it's different definitions in what we think marketing
I think he just doesn't want to put a budget on marketing that spend 100,000 on this new building that I'm trying to sell, because he needs to understand his product sells itself. He doesn't have to go and market it. But other products that he has, Americana brands, then they shouldn't be doing marketing for KFC. For Pizza Hut, they just overtook 200 branches across Bahrain and 2-3 MENA countries. For Subway, don't put up billboards. So I think what he is saying only works in terms of Emaar. So that is why I agree with him. Emaar is a brand that has been built. It's synonymous to Dubai's foundations as well. Dubai, the very first time it came into the limelight, 10-15 years ago, everyone was like, Dubai. Emaar was there. Every building you went to, I remember there was the first time I joined here, the first taste of love in Dubai was there was this couple or a family which were near the Burj Khalifa, the fountain area, and they were like, who's Emaar? I remember that video.
It was also a trending TikTok.
It works. It keeps going on in my brain. So it's that kind of a brand that he has built. But other brands need marketing.
No, but they're definitely marketing in Marassi.
Why are you doing? Yeah.
They're marketing in Marassi, by the way. That's the way that I heard about it. Ammar in Egypt. I just kept getting the ads. I kept getting them again and again, and it kind of just stuck with me. But just to get moving to our next topic.
One of the marketing platforms.
Yeah. Snapchat has officially opened its new office in Doha following a memorandum of understanding with Qatar's government communication office. Now, this move marks a very major milestone for Snapchat, underscoring its growing commitment to the Middle East and North Africa's rapidly evolving digital economy.
And the Doha office will act as a regional hub to support local creators, boost innovation, and help advance Qatar's National Vision 2030. Qatar's Sovereign Wealth Fund, which is QIA, Qatar Investment Authority, is also reportedly setting aside $1 billion to invest in the creator economy over the next 5 years.
Speaking at the launch, Sheikh Jassim bin Mansour bin Jabir Al Thani, director of the Government Communication Office, highlighted the importance of digital empowerment, saying empowering content creators and providing advanced digital infrastructure drives innovation and the growth of the creator economy.
And the opening ceremony brought together several key figures, including Mohammed Saif Al Suwaidi, Sheikh Ali bin Al Walid Al Thani, and engineer Ali Al Kuwari, alongside senior officials from across Qatar's media and tech ecosystem.
Now, Snapchat CEO Evan Spiegel attended the inauguration and later got to meet Qatar's Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdurrahman Al Thani, to discuss ways to deepen collaboration in digital transformation. Spiegel is also expected to participate in the upcoming, ongoing Future Investment Initiative conference in Riyadh. I think that with this entire story, it's interesting when you take a look at it, by the way, because Snapchat is actually it's losing money. Snapchat is losing money. I remember last year it was about over $600 million. This year, in the second quarter of 2025, they had a net loss of over $200 million. But they're making more revenue. Their revenue, I believe, the latest result that I saw was over $5 billion. But the thing with Snapchat is, although it's loss-making, their users keep growing. The numbers are absolutely insane. It's millions and millions. It's over, I think, over 100 million users a month. I would say even more. With Snapchat, that part, it's interesting. And I think in the Khalij specifically, by the way, a lot of people use Snapchat. And I think this is why we're seeing Spiegel around here more and more. Last year, we saw how Snapchat opened a majlis in Saudi Arabia. So to see this new move in Qatar, I think that it's very exciting. But even much more than that, Qatar Investment Authority, this news basically came out that they're trying to invest $1 billion in the creator economy of Qatar in the next 5 years. So I think that this entire opening was a part of that. And if you notice, Majid, like in other countries, they open offices. Like these big tech companies, they open offices. But if you notice here in the Gulf, they don't just open their offices. They seem to almost build very close ties and relationships with the ruling leadership in the country. Why do you think that is?
It's important because, to be honest, we have a system here where they are the decision makers. Let's call it like that. A lot of countries which are privatized and private companies call the shots, to be honest. America, a very big example. There's like literature about their whole complex of military and military industrial complex is called. But here, the good thing is that the leadership is fair, the leadership is just, the leadership wants the country to go somewhere in a good direction. So that is why whenever these guys come, we saw even in the Snapchat Majlis that opened in Saudi Arabia, it was, who was there? I think it was Yasser Al-Rumayyan or Khalid Al-Fali, the Minister of Economy and Investment. One of them was there, Khalid Al-Fali was there. So you always see some federal minister, some big guy come up and welcome them. And it's not just because they want to be seen or it's a photo op. It's more because they're like, we're keeping an eye. You're coming to our country, you're doing business, all good, great.
We're keeping an eye on what you're saying.
We're doing all the, we'll provide you all the facilities, everything, we'll facilitate you. But we are here to show you that we support you, but also this is our country, there's our culture, there's our rules, just follow them. And I think it's a very good thing that we should do with all these social media brands that are coming here. Because everyone is setting up office in Saudi Arabia. Yesterday we talked about Citigroup. They got their approval in 2024. Finally, they opened the office
yesterday. And then you have JP Morgan. They're
JP
celebrating 90 years. Their anniversary in Riyadh. That's so exciting.
It's so interesting that all of these guys have their parties, their anniversaries, there's this, there's that, all of that in the Middle East now. So it shows you that they have to be in coordination with the leadership. Otherwise, it won't work for them. And the leadership is very actively involved. That's the good part.
That's very true.
They don't want to be like, okay, send a secretary or send this one. They want to be actually there to tell them that, okay, again, we support you, but we are here to keep an eye on you.
I just want to mention, guys, Richard sent this photo. Right now, he's at FII, and honestly, no, I need to tell you guys about this. It's basically a photo of everyone who's in the first line before the stage, and you clearly see Yasser al-Rumayyan, the governor of PIF, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, worth $1 trillion. And honestly, this is such, I don't know if they'll be able to see it, but honestly, this is such a power move. The fact that he's sitting right beside him is Larry Fink. To the other side is the JP Morgan CEO. And then you have Donald Trump Jr. sitting beside Larry Fink. And then right behind him, you see Bill Ackman. And to just see all these people sitting there, I mean, this is so powerful. I think this is very powerful of Yasser.
Yeah,
I think
the Minister of Investment is right behind Governor.
Yeah.
Do
you see anyone else?
There's this lady, I know, the lady in white, I know her, I forgot her name. Very bad with names. This guy is a very famous host and a very big investor. I remember he interviewed Yasser al-Rumayyan recently in US. We shared a clip of it. But just imagine, this is the scale of FII. A lot of people won't get it. But just to give you a hint, this is nearly $1 trillion of assets under management and wealth. To be honest, just Yasser al-Rumayyan sits as the governor of a $1 trillion fund. JP Morgan, Larry Fink, biggest asset manager in the world. I think they're at 13 trillion or something. Jimmy Dimon, biggest investment bank in the world.
And last year at
trillions
FII,
of dollars
crazy.
Just sitting there.
Last year at FII, they actually signed $70 billion in deals, and Richard Arias, the chairman of FII, actually believes that this amount this year around is going to be more. Even Spiegel is set to be there soon, and we're going to see how that turns out.
But I think nice lineup this year, FII, to be honest. But Ahmed al-Shara is going with the story. It's very interesting to see that Syria is being accepted literally everywhere. And I would love to see them grow someday. I just want them, their elections are happening soon. So they'll eventually elect Ahmed al-Shara as the new president. But I want to see a democratically, proper system where they get elected now, because they came as rebels, to be honest. Not to use the term myself, just quoting the Western media, he was a rebel, he rebelled against the sitting ruler, and then now finally he's in power, but he needs to go through an election. He will come, inshallah, I hope, because everyone is, to be honest, putting money on him, not in Syria. They're looking at him to lead the country. It's again at the Al-Abbar and Imar scene that people don't invest in Imar, they invest in Al-Abbar, that he provides quality. Likewise, people are going to invest in Ahmed al-Shara. They think that he is a leader who can play basketball, dribble nicely, play all the sports. It's so funny, his videos coming out of playing table tennis and being so good at it. And then all those things, and then he's running a country which has gone through so much in 14 years under President Bashar al-Assad. And now, finally, they're on track to become something great.
You know, with Ahmed al-Shara, I truly do believe that it was not just a case of him being invited to FII. I think that Saudi Arabia, as we saw during May, this was the location where Trump terminated the sanctions. When he announced it, and we saw how he very dramatically said, Salman, the things that I would do for you. So I think that this is him paying his respects.
Thing became a meme also.
I do think that the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is 100% a part of this, perhaps even maybe the main part of this. So I think that Ahmed coming, I think that this is a part of him also respecting Saudi Arabia. I don't think that it was just necessarily an invite. I don't think it was just like a PR move of, Ahmed, like this is a good place for you to show up. Because by the way, I've been thinking about something, like on the topic of PR, sorry to go there, but I've been thinking about Sequoia Capital. Obviously, recently, sorry about that, we saw how with Sequoia Capital, their COO, Sumaya, she resigned. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I was taking a look at the article once again, Majid, and you know how it was saying in the Financial Times that essentially there was like this Islamophobic culture, atmosphere, it was a word, atmosphere, within the firm, and then she basically resigned soon after his commentary. Like, I think it was like 2 months, 1 month, and it kind of brings me to this point. If Sean McGuire is saying all these things, calling Zahran Mamdani an Islamist on X, what is this telling you? This is telling you that this behavior was probably already ongoing in Sequoia Capital. And now that I think about it, I don't think that that lady, the COO Sumaya, just resigned because of this recent I don't think, if Islamophobia, an Islamophobic atmosphere already existed in the firm, I think this is a PR move. I don't think she wants to look bad. Like, okay, yes, we can hype her up and say, oh my God, what you did is amazing. Preserving your cultural values, that's great. Probably. But I also think it's a PR move. I don't think she wants to be associated with them. And I was just thinking about that and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I don't think she wants to be associated with them because that's a bad look for her.
You have to understand, the only example that is coming to my mind, I can't give that example. It's not allowed at this. But I just give you a simple example. And it's a religious plus cultural plus historic example, so just bear with me. In the time of the Prophet, when he started preaching Islam, the first order was don't go out and publicly say you're a Muslim. Pray in secrecy, pray within your confines, inside your doors, and do everything secretly. Why was it? Because it was a scary environment outside. Likewise, for Sumaya Balbale and all the other people, thankfully, Replit founder Amjad Masad is very open about it from the start. From day one, he's open about it. But he, I think, can afford to because he sits in Silicon Valley, has a thing that is going great, doing wonders in terms of money and capital and everything. For people like Sumaya and a lot of other people, it's very difficult to just come out of an environment because there is Islamophobia, because they live in a country where Israeli genocide is considered fine, but having a beard is not considered fine. So for them to come out just on the day one that, oh, this is happening, I'm leaving, it's very difficult for them. People have responsibilities, maybe monetary responsibilities, social responsibilities. There's like 1 million things that can go wrong. So I don't think particularly it would be a PR move, even if it is, like there is a chance, anything can happen. We don't know the details inside of what she thought and why she did that. But the main point would be that sometimes people take time because they need to find a safe environment to take a decision. And I think she thought that now was a safe time because everyone is talking about Islamophobia, because it has come again to the surface with Zohran Mamdani, with all the things that happened in Gaza are still happening, to be honest. The whole genocide that continued for 2 years. She, I think, with the voices of the world combining to say it's wrong and you should stand against it, I think sometimes people need that courage of the community. And
Perhaps.
she got the courage of the community. Maybe your point is right, maybe my point is right. Again,
No,
we don't know, we haven't talked to her.
I really
we would
don't
love
know.
to talk to her.
I'm just theorizing. I really don't know.
So there's a lot of things that could have happened. So I think it's just sometimes people need a safe environment to come out and say, okay, this has happened in my company as well for the last 10 years, maybe for the last 20 years. I didn't have the courage because I didn't think the community will understand. So sometimes it's that also. Sorry, it's a long explanation, but it can happen to a lot of people who would stay in an environment because either they don't have an option, sometimes they have responsibilities, or sometimes they just don't feel safe to come out and be like, okay,
The
this...
reason why I can't believe that point of responsibilities is because Majid, her track record is quite literally exceptional. I think that she used to lead the digital department of Walmart, and I saw but in the companies that she's been in, she's always been the director. It's never been a lower role. So
imagine if
we
she
don't really
came
know,
out
honestly.
earlier, like, oh, this is happening, Islamophobia. She lives in America. She doesn't live in the UAE or Middle East. No one would hire her. Remember the Microsoft lady who stood up and then you did a story?
Yeah,
some
the
Qatar
Kuwaiti
guy
founder.
He offered her a
Abdullah
job.
Al-Dabous, he
It
tried
was
to
from
offer.
Qatar. No one offered her a job from America. So she lives in that specific environment where if she does this, no one will hire her over the fear that, oh, we have these hidden things that we do in our offices. Maybe any kind of exploitation or maybe over abuse of power. But they wouldn't want to hire her because they'll be like, oh, she talks, she says stuff, so we shouldn't hire her. So it's also that kind of a scare. It's very complicated when it comes to these. And at a director level position, it's very difficult. One, there's very less jobs. We only have one CEO and we have a staff of 120 people. So, and we have only 2 senior directors on content.
But that's Sequoia Capital, though.
Yeah, again, I'm telling you, she is at a position where she won't take a demotion. she would want to go at least to a place which is equal, right? And people won't hire her because one, she lives in America, and they'll be like, no. She outs people, she outs company culture, she talks. We shouldn't hire her. And the second point would be there's not enough jobs at that position. One of my uncles, he resigned like 3 years ago. He took a whole year they took a whole year to just find his replacement. So those level positions are, one, not open, and then hiring at those places is very difficult. It becomes very complicated.
Her resigning then, after he says all that commentary, doesn't become Sequoia's fault, but rather becomes Sean's fault. You know, it becomes a fault of one employee.
And she saw the support from the leaders, so she was like, okay, bye-bye.
Yeah,
Thankfully, I have the community support.
And just to end the show with our last topic of the day, Saudi Arabia's AI startup Humain, backed by the kingdom's public investment fund, is preparing to launch a groundbreaking computer operating system that allows users to control their devices through voice commands instead of traditional icons and menus, marking a shift in how people interact with technology. They also recently launched a laptop.
Yeah, and the system called Humain One enables users to speak directly to their computers to perform tasks. Computer, please. And a step towards replacing long dominant platforms like Windows and Mac OS. If they make it, and if it comes out in the market, and if it works, it's going to be revolutionary. That's the main point. But CEO Tariq Amin unveiled the concept at the Fortune Global Forum in Riyadh. It's a very interesting event that I saw. It happened 2 days before the FII started. A lot of people were there. So I think everyone went to this event, the small event, and then they were like, okay, let's go to FII. But he described it as speaking your intent rather than clicking icons. So I think we'd just say delete this file, and that file will be deleted.
Now, Humain began developing the new operating system shortly after its launch in May this year. The company has already been testing it internally for payroll and HR systems, with plans to make Humain one of the first fully voice-operated systems to officially launch worldwide.
And founded under Saudi Arabia's Sovereign Wealth Fund (PIF) and chaired by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman himself, Humain provides a range of AI-driven services, including data centers, AI infrastructure, cloud capabilities, and advanced AI models. The company's latest move highlights the kingdom's growing ambitions to lead global innovation in artificial intelligence. It's very important that they're doing partnerships. They have a press conference today and tomorrow as well at FII. Most probably Tariq Amin will be speaking there. He gave a presentation last year at FII. At that time, he was the head of Aramco Digital. He wasn't the head of Humain itself, but they've announced partnerships with Qualcomm. Qualcomm is basically the partner which they have made the laptop. Yesterday, Qualcomm announced that they're making chips which will rival AMD and NVIDIA. Everyone is making chips to rival AMD and NVIDIA. So Qualcomm has done that. And